Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are looking at La Ruva that we were redesigning in the last episode. And together with Palma and La Isla. This episode I'd like to redo Port Celaine. Then I'd like to take a look at this island. We have a lot of Jornaleros here, so that's something that we'll look at that as well. I'm just looking at the range of it, and it seems that we'll probably be able to squeeze them within here or so. So that wouldn't be too bad, actually. But the main objective would be to redesign here. I want to be very mindful of the space that we have here. And I think Hacienda here is kind of wasted. I was thinking about this. Therefore, it would only make sense to place it somewhere here. So we are covering what we need to cover here in the left corner and have obviously room for expansion. Now, I do still think that this is not the best space for Hacienda. It's kind of wasted here. But at the same time, I think we're okay for coffee and things like that. So let's start with this, okay? What I want to do is to remove the road here, basically. And just replace it with the normal a road basically that won't have to be moved. Now what's easy is that you can just click here, then here, and then just quickly replace it. So now you see, this is it. So that was relatively simple. And then let's replace all of the road there. Again, this will be very simple because we can just delete it with one click. So there you have it. And that's it. I guess we could avoid this here like that. Yeah. Okay. Now this would be just down to those four warehouses, I guess. Because we probably won't be able to fit. Yeah, we won't be able to fit another one. I meant another coffee. As you can see, yeah, it's still okay over here though. Maybe we'd be able to fit it here. After we took this out and even one warehouse additionally. Wouldn't be too bad.
The people celebrate your leadership.
Okay, so looking at this, so it would need to be somewhere here
celebrate your leadership
to reach. Again, this is rather easy because we have the warehouse here and the fire station. Oh. So let's just simply move those guys out. And... So this alpaca farm is not covered by the trade union. I think the trade union is mostly for the fertilizer works, yes. So let's do that. Two, three, and we can do the fourth one. Or can we? We can't. If we put it here. Situation, I believe. Yeah, I just think that this isn't a good spot for this anyhow. Yeah, so let's just forget about it for a moment, and we're gonna get rid of the road like this. Grab the hacienda. So let's just have it this way. It's a hard one. Yeah, I think this way is fine. Because what I want to do is to have a road going like this, perhaps. This belongs to this. Yeah, that doesn't have it, so. Let's just move this along. So, this. This can be then moved. I think I just have them just for the future, I guess, these blueprinted ones.
No fields, no work.
No fields, no work. So let's just see how this now. Yeah, not the best. It's hard to move them. Yeah. Same issue here. And also we're not getting the coverage, I think. Here we would. Yeah, let's get this out of here. Not thinking. Nope, still no good. We have it like this, then let's just see what happens. No, because this can go as well. Like here. Ta-da! You have it, and this can go here and here even. Yeah. That works as well. Then like this.
We have the devil to pay.
That will do fine. And I guess the road to go all the way around, we can go this way. Aha. Got there in the end. Oh, there you have it. And Hacienda also, as we know, acts as a warehouse.
Ordinary breakthrough in the field.
Back to this corner. Let's go and do this. So we could. Well, let's do this because we should be able to squeeze.
You'll get
Couple
paid,
of these
same as any
guys.
of my men.
Or should we? This does look like too small of a space. Combined with this, we would be fine. And this comes from here. So let's do this. Let's just get rid of that. Have it here. As much as possible here.
You play me false?
Go away. Then what we could do... This is kind of sloppy. So let's get rid of this. Yeah. Yeah, I don't seem to be able to do that. Let's see. Ah, yes, that's here, and there isn't a space we can use. I thought because we have just literally 2 here, but we won't be able because this is like that. Yeah. So I do like my fields being full, but I think like this works fine. Basically what I want to do is to make sure that the road once placed goes like this, because they won't be going out of here, but obviously it needs some sort of a connection. That's all it is.
People celebrate your leadership.
Yeah, and I think we're fine. So let's place this guy. Tractor barn. That gives us 96. 96 here because... yeah. The item isn't here basically. So look at that. Perfect. Aha. And this now produces 450 is what it is. And these guys 565 or 570. Something like that anyhow. So yeah, I'm happy with that improvement. And I do think perhaps we'll do here is
This city is a magnet for genius.
just realized obviously we need this road because for the delivery of fuel. How silly of me. Of course. But what I want to do here as well is to fit one of these guys. Yeah. So like this. And like this. Yeah. And make sure they're all full. They are. And then this bit. And we even have a space for, I don't know, something, I guess. But I want to make sure that this is covered all the way back, basically. We could probably move it over here as well, but here is fine because it covers it all the way back. Again, seems to have... I don't know when was this changed. Was it with the last patch or something? I cannot remember when there were 2 coverages, so... must be something new, I guess. Yeah, so this thing here is basically for the gold. 50% productivity. So let's just see, gold mine. So I know there is a guy that provides electricity. Well, I know her.
Share and share alike, I say.
This thing. Yeah, it's just once you get electricity, then there is no
These fabled lands
productivity and
exist
things.
after all.
So that's fine. I mean, yeah, although productivity, yeah, it gives us 50 more to what it is there, but that's okay. Right, so we've made the adjustment. This can now go. Yes, I am sure. Because we have it here. Now we can complete it. Oh. It's the last phase.
We are out of room.
There is a... So what is a sail? Yeah, it is sails. Okay. So we probably don't have sails here. Yeah, we don't. Okay, so what we do is we grab... Let's just grab a few. Yeah, I deleted the ugly ones. Basically what I want to do is I want to have a beach here and perhaps move this thing here to this side, because then it'll be quicker to get whatever is needed, basically. So I think that would be just the best call. Yeah, so let's just grab them all, and we're gonna go down here and drop them off.
On our way.
Let's just ring a bell when it's there, so we won't forget it. Now Captain Hook is waiting.
It's beastly, Admiral.
Crafting, yeah, whatever. Okay, that can go. Just goodbye. Perfect. Yeah, so that worked. Actually very well. I'm very happy. Now what I would not want to do is to upset all these things. Although there is a bit of a beach here, so it wouldn't really matter where we have it, to be honest. But I would like it to be here, I think. Because we really don't need that much oil.
Of a major discovery.
Although, do we? What's it for? Fish oil. Yeah, we're producing 90. What's it consumed for? I know that there's some need in the new world or whatever. Is this in... No, that's not. I think they're using it in Mbesa for something, aren't they? You can't remember. Aces here and everything. Yeah, so this worked out basically in the end. It's covering now this additionally, so it's giving us 250. Okay, it would give us saltpeter if we had a power station, but that's okay, we don't mind. This is not going to be the easiest. Feel. Okay, I think this is as many as we can do. Right, yeah, guys, let me time-lapse it very quickly, and then I'll speak to you in just a moment. After moving some of the depots from one coastline to the other, just to make some space for the redesign of that side of the island, of that coastline, I finally got to it. Basically, I have moved the actual oil depot, or whatever that's called, to this side, as I was saying before. And what I'm trying to do, or to achieve with this, is that it'll be closer to distributing the actual oil on this island, and make the other side, where the coastline is, closer to the actual population, much cleaner looking. So I'm just adding as many as possible. The coastline here, it looks like it's big, it is, but at the same time, because of its shape, it actually limits us to what we can do here. So I'm just placing the Harbour's Master's office. As you can see, it is not really needed, but because we've so much influence points, it is really something that that I just want to use. So I'm just fiddling around. As you can see, I'm trying to fit as many of them as possible, and then I realized that literally 1 square away we're out of that space, and I'm just adding this road or this pier, whatever you want to call it, and decided to have 3 of the oil fisheries here, and then that allowed us to put additional depot in the middle here, and then the entire Harbour's office actually covers all of them. So in the end, it actually worked out quite well. I'm just trying to see if I can fit any more, but I cannot. Yeah, it's as many as it can go, which is good. It's fine. I'm okay with how it looks. To be honest, I was delaying actually the designing or redesigning the entire population because I wasn't quite sure how I go. So I'm kind of doing everything else and kind of preparing the ground and trying to figure things out in my head. So just removing the rail track, just removing the roads that are no longer needed. Again, this wasn't a priority, but it allowed me to figure things out in my head on how I wanted for the things to be done. To be honest, I did not really know at that time what I wanted to do. So I was kind of taking my time deleting all of this, which had to be done anyhow. So after all of it was tidied up, I then decided that it's time to place the items into the Harbour's Master's office. It is something that will keep going. Calamari, I was thinking maybe we could put some of them here, but if anything, this island just can be used for fish oil for future if we ever needed it, and then some other islands can be used for calamari. So I'm just adding those items here, and once they're loaded onto the platform, I add them back into the office itself. Captain Hook, yep, dismissed. They're useless anyway with their expeditions. So here we are. I am attempting to do a couple of things. I'm checking obviously the population. Not that bothered because we have a lot of houses here. Again, removing some of the roads, trying to kind of use up the buildings that we have instead of deleting them. I realized that we don't really have a fire station for the oil, but there's nothing we can do. That's how I fit them. We don't seem to get too many fires out of them anyway, and if if we do, they're kind of being dealt with. Right, so there was nothing else I could have done, so I had to get going here. What I'm doing is that I deleted all of the kind of ornaments and different things that are here and there, because then they are harder to spot. So I decided to place an actual beach here and have the population in this corner. Now, I wanted, obviously, to make use of this space to have depots and to add additional piers because this island is still quite busy. Just adding it, it actually worked out quite well. Obviously, there are gaps here and there, so I decided to use the Docklands DLC ornaments. And as you can see, I'm placing them kind of here and there. And actually, in the end, it worked out quite well. So I've upgraded them. I'm really happy with the way it looks. Maybe it's not the best one, but it kind of works for this this corner here, I think. And then there is another space if we ever need it. Now this island at this point, I think it went over 6,000. Well over. I think 6,000 something. Anyhow, but yeah. So for New World, that's a crazy amount. So that's plenty. Anyhow, so I've decided once the Captain Hooks goes away and the newspaper, I've decided that here by the cliff, basically, that's where the population will be. So I'm just moving some of them because I found it quite tricky to actually redesign something that's already there. And fit to what I was used to, if that makes sense. Because I mean, it was there for so long. I'm playing this map and playing this session for a very, very long time, so it was very it was quite difficult for me to redesign it. Not because of the sentiment, it's just I couldn't really envision anything for this space. But I decided just to kind of keep going and see where we go. So I'm just moving really all of the houses around. Again, I'm being very kind of careful here with the population because I don't want to affect the storage of the island or anything like that. So all of that needs to be thought of. Now, in the end, I actually thought the placement of the town hall here isn't the best because of it doesn't really optimizes it as much as possible. I guess the town hall covers the hospital and whatever else we've placed there, where we could have had houses there. So, I mean, it's okay for this because obviously we're not that bothered, but obviously it's not the best and not the most optimal if you're building yourself one. But hey ho, I was actually quite happy because the post office covers really the most of it. You can see me really checking the coverage all the time to make sure that I'm not going above that. And if I am, and if we don't need the houses, maybe it'll be better to just delete them rather than just piling them up, because this is actually a second island on the New World where we have the biggest population basically. So Captain Hook again. So at this point I could almost finish it, to be quite honest, but I decided just to keep going just to fill that space. And I'm quite happy with the move system, that you can actually move multiple buildings and you can rotate them as well. I think that's quite neat. So I thought to myself that perhaps at this point I was thinking maybe it'll be a good idea to actually use some of the ornaments. So I wasn't quite sure if I should put this row of the houses, but no. And then I just decided to just add some, and I didn't quite know whether I'll just leave it as a wall or where is this going. And then I actually thought after I finished the beach ornaments that perhaps it'll be better if we keep going with the wall and kind of create a feel of an old town. So we need a chapel here, and then this is where I've decided that the wall should be continued. So I'm kind of keep going for now, but because then I was thinking, well, it actually uses the range of the post office, and we still have houses to use, and I felt like the wall is too complicated once I kind of went around some of the houses, and it doesn't look as good. So at this point I was saying to myself, this doesn't really look well, so I just deleted it, and then I decided just to keep going with the houses for a moment, because I kind of felt like I wanted to fill the entire radius of the post office. So I have most of them moved, the rest of them can be just deleted because we really don't need more. And as you can see, what happened here now is that we really have a straight line. Now we still need additional buildings, so I'm just moving the market. The market fits here because it's just outside of the range of the post office. Then we need additional hospital. I'm placing a third one here, and I decided just to actually demolish some of the buildings and construct one here, or move one here. Again, tidying up this because this is so messy. And you can see one straight road, it's just the best feeling. I mean, clean lines always. So all tidied, just a little fire station. And then as you can see here, I literally have a straight line when it comes to the wall. So I'm just kind of trying to gauge here what's going on and how I'm going to place them. So I'm placing all of the gates, and then I'm continuing with the wall. I think it looks much better. Obviously here I need to kind of go around, but it still looks okay. I was really quite happy. Here at the end I wasn't quite sure what I want to do, so I just decided it actually looks best if it's brought to the very end. Again, just sorting out the towers. I think it looks quite cool with them. Obviously not too many, it looks messy otherwise. But just by the gates it looks very realistic. That's very cool. Yeah, perfect. This end looks just different because obviously I used the other one, but I actually wanted to make it look like it's not completed, if that makes sense. And just added some towers for the bit of a piratey look. Again, I forgot at the cinema. I would not be myself if I didn't forget something, so I forgot all about it, and I'm just placing it. I've said it 50 times before, but the cinema's radius is outrageous, so it really helps us out here, and yeah, it kind of really fits, to be honest. I was quite happy in the end the way it looks. Yeah, just adding some ornaments, nothing too crazy. I didn't leave too much space for ornaments, so I just placed, to be quite honest, I placed whatever was available. looks okay in my opinion. And then just here, I just decided to use a bit of a plaza, and voila, there you have it. All right, guys, thank you very much for bearing with me. It took me quite a bit. As you can see, I'm actually happy to leave the population here really twice as much as what we need. Yeah, I think it looks good. We kind of build a bit of a wall just to give this a bit of a rustic kind of look or something. Kind of like an old town in a new world, I guess. Yeah, these kind of towers here on the lookout for any enemies and things like that. Yeah, I'm actually quite happy with it, very honestly. It probably could have been a bit better, but no, I'm okay. Again, in the end, I've forgotten the cinema, but it actually turned out so well because of this little corner here. And it has its warehouse here, so it's just really good. I tried to figure out if these guys have the coverage, but it really, I mean, like, the coverage is massive. So the whole cinema will do for the entire island and the entire population. So yeah, looks good. It's kind of like a busy area here. I was able to redesign it. I mean, the storage really is massive now. I think this island is literally the biggest, and you could probably see me kind of redesigning this a bit. Took me quite a bit, I guess, to get there because of the fact that yeah, when it comes to this, it's always very fiddly anyhow. So it is what it is. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's just get those warehouses. I just realized that we've quite a lot of fish places, fish factories, but not enough warehouses, it seems. But it'll sort itself out. Again, we don't really need that much, so it'll be all good. Yeah, in the end, I'm really happy with it. The last thing to do would be to get the trees sorted. The trees here are fine, the orchards and different things. We'll just need a bit more of them, basically. That's all it is. I think the platform can also be moved somewhere closer. Perhaps even here. Yeah. These ornaments, yeah, I leave them off for now. We really don't mind.
You're in the presence of a virtuoso.
Yeah. I know some of them are quite good, but yeah, let's leave it off over here for the moment, or maybe even here.
The fire
Because
is out of control.
that space is kind of unused or something. Yeah, this would be better, I think. Let's have it this way. And those things. Yep. Looks good. This guy can get off. Oh. It's fine here. So then we have everything kind of in one place. And that space, there's nothing really we can fit. Yeah, so I'm happy with that. As I say, really, we are lacking behind citrus. We are lacking behind camphor wax, as much as I remember. Oh yeah. I have one fire station here, but obviously that isn't enough for this busy spot. So it is sometimes. Sometimes it's like this. But that's okay, they'll just need a moment. That's the nurse. Yep, we always get her for this. It's interesting, I've noticed that we are not getting any points back for the mission, so it's interesting to really see that. Let's just take a look at... change deposit or maybe... as we're nearing... as we're nearing the limit. So let's go back. I think, yeah, so we're gonna move this to citrus. This will be camphor wax. There is some cinnamon produced here as well. And the cocoa. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. That should be it. It is. Yeah, so the camphor wax and the citrus seems to be lagging, but as you can see, with so much space, I mean, it's crazy how much space we got. So I'm really happy with this. And I think the next point of the agenda, once we relocate, because it looks like the voting a major issue. Okay. Ah, yes, okay, I see. The major issue was basically that the platform wasn't available or something.
Skies are clear. The more the merrier.
That's regional mail, yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I think we'll never need any more than one on this island, so that's fine. 60 is quite small, but that's okay. We'll manage. We'll manage just fine. And yeah, the chapels also have full. So it's, yeah, I think it's really good. This will kick in as well, so that's fine. And I think this will even go up higher once we have the balls and the cinema. Yeah, small bit anyhow. Yeah, and you can see even these aren't supplied, so that's what it is. Right, well, I actually can't get enough of this island because initially it took me forever to develop it, but that's what it is. Right, well, this one is a tough one because, yeah, you can see what's going on here. I mean, there is a river on top of a river. So it's rather tough. The good thing though is that we have the hacienda here. And that's basically what we'll be doing. Getting rid of the hacienda stuff. Well, I mean, getting rid of the houses to replace them with haciendas. That's what I meant. Right. Well, let's go and let me just do that very quickly. Toledanos, yes. Now, this was a bit of a challenge because this island had exactly the amount of population that we need for hacienda. Now, because the hacienda is quite far away, I really needed to be very careful so we don't affect our production. Now, to be honest, I'm probably being too careful, but at the same time, I kind of given myself that sort of a challenge, to be as careful, I guess, and not to bring the population down below 1200. Now, what I was actually quite surprised about, obviously I've done it at some point, but I just simply couldn't remember the amount of little trees and different ornaments here and there. It was actually staggering. Literally every single little space that I've had was filled with little this and flower pots and whatever else, and trees and whatnot. But I've removed them. I think originally I had them there to raise the attractiveness. Now, the good thing about the attractiveness was that the fish oil actually was reducing it. So removing it actually brought us up to a point where the hacienda storage has kicked in. So this island is now, I think, at around 4,000 of storage, which is quite good. So the beach again. Yes. Well, what can I say about it? The beach just doesn't like every coastline, I guess. You can see me here removing things, and then I said to myself, maybe I should remove more, maybe not. So I just decided on moving the actual warehouse. So you can see here I'm just placing additional ones, a couple of the ornaments from the docklands to fill in the gaps, because that looks quite silly. It is a bit of fiddling because you need to kind of fit which one, you know, the smaller ones and the bigger ones, etc. You don't want to also repeat yourself. So that took me quite a moment. I also started adding the lighthouses, which I believe they're very good, and they also look very well at night. Although I only check how things look at night, I don't really play it at night. So the beach is finished. We don't need to really extend its range in any way, because the population will be just here in this corner. So I'm just really fixing things up, and I guess this corner isn't the best because I really hoped perhaps they'll have a little nice kind of a part of the island, but this island is just the way it is, I guess. So I'm trying to be as good with my design, I guess is the way to put it, as I can be. All those strange roads will be completely deleted, and I'm just keeping those guys here, and this is as many as we need. I'm just counting them, and yeah, that's it. Now, this time round, I did not forget about the cinema, so I'm just placing it here. Again, it's absolutely fine. I did think this island, maybe we could change the way the oil is, but for the moment I said I'll just leave it the way it is. There's really no point. And that's it. Later on, I actually deleted some of the houses once the actual population reached whatever we needed, and that's it. Guys, and we're back with Toledanos this time, and we've completed the transformation, I guess is the way to put it. I think I actually like it the most. I was able to kind of keep it within a square, so that's working out quite well. And then you know, once they grow, we'll be able to delete some of these guys here, which is basically what we're looking at. And yeah, we just need to be very, very careful because the population here was very tight. And as we know, these guys, I guess, grow or fill very, very slow. I was actually surprised. So something has happened after the deletion of the fish oil, basically. we were able to gain back some of the attractiveness. So as you can see, the attractiveness is very good, and that gave us over 4,000 because I was able to squeeze a couple of more of these guys. Yeah, it's really, really good. I quite like it. So that was yeah, that was great to see. Now the things like Rome and things like that are reducing slowly. Just want to take a quick look. The New World, yeah, the New World is kind of going slow enough, I'd say. Yeah, okay. Well, it is what it is. We can't do anything. The next episode, I will be sorting out the rum and the coffee. So that's something that I want to do. And yeah, we'll go from there. Guys, that's it for this episode. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think things like that take so much time. So I think we've done it anyhow, and I'm quite happy with how things are working out. I just want to quickly check before we go. Yeah, so this is filling. It's just gonna be slow. It's just gonna be really slow because it needs to go through all of the islands. Again, I probably could skip this island here because we don't have any people, to be honest. There's literally no one there, and I think that island needs 4,000 if I'm not mistaken. No, 2,000. Yeah, because I really do not plan have anyone here, because it's a tiny fiddly island and we really don't need anyone here because we're not planning any production, unlike here where the coffee is. Yeah, we could skip that island, couldn't we? So let's do that. Perfect. Okay, well, that's my final thought for this episode, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in, bearing with me as I fiddle around with different things. Take care of yourselves, okay, and stay host.